Good evening, everybody, and welcome. Yokoso, as we would say in Japanese, to the Sumo Summary Show for day 10 plus 3 is 13. Friday, day 13, not Friday the 13th, because it's obviously the 24th of January today in the year 2025. Can you believe we're at the quarter century already? If you're an old man like me, it's crazy. Um, so, I think this is turning into a really great bus show. I know some of you are a little disappointed. But we got to talk about all the stuff that happened today in day 13. Lots of effects onto the U show race in both Juryo and Makuuchi. And I'm looking forward to the weekend. I'm on the edge of my seat. Don't know who's going to win it. It's still open. Some of you don't like that. Some of you maybe are like, I'd rather somebody be dominant, really show their strength, really go out and take the U show. I kind of like it when it's still open like this, especially down in Juryo. Very likely we could have a playoff. All of that is very exciting for me as a viewer who's been doing this a long time. And yeah, so let's jump in. Got my Beatles on. Love this shirt. Little signatures down there. I have no idea if this was authorized and the Beatles estate made any money off of this shirt when I bought it years ago. But let's hope they did. All right, here we go. Share. Oh, boom. Okay, so over on Patreon, the collection is moving along for days 11 through 15. Today, I put up the final match of the day, the Ozeki Clash. Then we had the Sekewake matches. So there's two matches in that video, two matches in this video. There's Abi and Takeda Fuji, the Komusubi matches, couple matches there, including Kirishima, who was on the leaderboard. And the other co-leader, Oho, is in this video against Ura. And then I put up oh no, that's the previous day. And in there, in one of those, if you're a Patreon person, I can't remember which video it was now, they recap uh, the action down in Juryo, and then they showed the Shishi versus who did he fight today? Nabatame match. And boy, was it a cracker. So if you like some good sumo, because I also saw the Ryuden versus Aonishiki match. I didn't put it up on the channel because of everything I had going on today. But it's a great match. So go over to Don Don Sumo. I bet you his YouTube channel when he put up his top five matches of Juryo for today, I bet you it's in there. And those are both really fun matches to check out. Okay, so I'm kind of getting ahead of myself here. Let's look at who was absent today. Anybody? Yeah, we know about Waka Ikari. We know about Kitsunowaka. Okay, nobody new. That's good. Then let's go to this thing called Tournament Records. And what you can do here is you can pull up a division, okay? And then it's going to go in order by rank. So here's Sandamne 1, Sandamne 2. It's going to show you their wins and losses, okay? And that way you can get a good picture of maybe who's going to get promoted up to the next division, etc. So when we look at Taiga here, of course, he had to pull out of the tournament. He had zero losses. But Aran, Aron. Yeah, it's hard to know how to pronounce that. He went 5-2. So, again, a 4-3 record as a Kachikoshi, 5-2, 6-1, 7-0, all even better. So he's definitely going to get promoted up to the third tier division, whereas Hatooka is not with a 1-5. Nor is Suyama, who was in that video with Joey the Anime Man. So unfortunately for him, he only got one legitimate win here. This was a free win he got when this guy pulled out of the tournament, and he had four losses. So he'll have to try again in March. But I was going to go down here to four, and there is Enho. So our boy from Isagahama Stable lost on day one, but then six straight wins to finish strong. Definitely will take him up to Makushita for the March tournament. So he's making his way back up to Juryo. Slow and steady, but that's fine. The winner down here has already been decided, and I can show you that in a little bit. And that's somebody. There's like 40 guys in here. He went 7-0. He went undefeated. Noda had a good 6-1. Let's just see if he jumps out at us. If not, we'll just see him when I go to that page later. See if he's going to jump out at us. Okay. Oh, Kyokutai retired. Yeah, longtime wrestler. Okay. Nope, he's not jumping out at us. So we'll come back. All right. So let's start down in Juryo for day 13. What happened today on Friday? And we're going to look at the big premier matches. Dai Shoho 1-12. Ouch. Oshomi went away from Kachikoshi now after getting a seventh win. Mitoru, same thing. Shimano Umi, also in that video with Joey the Anime Man, got his second win to go to 2-11. So here it is, Nabatame versus Shishi. Shishi only had one loss. He lost today to go to 11-2, and Nabatame improved to 10-3, so he's still in the hunt, one off the pace. And Shirokuma got his Kachikoshi, the polar bear, beating Hideno Umi, and then a few matches later, Ryuden, who was 10-2, won to go to 11-2. So he beat Aonishiki to give him a third loss. So now Nabatame and Aonishiki are 10-3. Shishi and Ryuden are 11-2. And Ryuden and Shishi have already fought each other. Um, they fought each other. Here we go on day 3, and Ryuden was the winner. So they won't fight each other on Saturday or Sunday. So they just have to keep winning, and then they could have a playoff on day 15. And of course, if they both lose, then the 3-loss guys come into effect. So that can be exciting. We could have a multi-way playoff, depending on what happens tomorrow and Sunday. Asakoru going for his Kachikoshi at J2 to try to go back up to the top division. Didn't get it today. He lost to Fuji Seiyun, and it was a Sotogake. So I hope that, again, Don Don Sumo has this match as well, because it's a fun Kimarate to see. It's kind of like an outside leg trip, and Asakoru succumbed to it, so he has to try again tomorrow for his Kachikoshi, as does Tomokaze. Kotoeho is also on the 3-loss leaderboard. So down at Juryo 13, having a great tournament. And his older brother is in the top division. So he is in Sadogatake Beya. And his older brother is Koto Shoho. So he was born in 1999. And his brother was born in 2003. So about 4-year difference between the two. And they could be brothers in the top division. Not, well, actually, no, it's going to be the other way around, unfortunately. Koto Eho is doing so well that he will be promoted quite up, the Bansuke, but he's still going to stay in Juryo. But what I'm forgetting is that Koto Shoho's not doing well. Yeah, he's 3-10, the opposite of his brother right now. So he's going to get demoted probably down to Juryo. So they could be fighting together in the same division in March, and then have to work their way up together. Now, brothers never fight each other in a Honba show. Like Wakamoto Haru will never fight Wakataka Kage unless it's a winner take all playoff at the end of day 15. Okay. Back to Juryo. Let's see if there was any other things that I missed. So, and then the final match of the day, Sadanoumi got a little bit closer to Kachikoshi, 7-6 by beating Tochi Taikai, who's now 8-5. Okay, over to the top division for day 13. Tamashoho in his debut. If he goes 7-8 at M16, he'll probably stay in the top division. They'll just drop him one rank to M17 and he'll stay. So these next 2 days, if Tamashoho can get 2 more wins, that would be big for him. He beat Nishikigi, who is at 6-7, and he needs 2 wins, but to get his Kachikoshi, a totally different thing, right? Midori Fuji needs 2 wins to get his Kachikoshi. So that means they have to win both Saturday and Sunday. And there is Koto Shoho. Tamawashi got his Kachikoshi, yay! So he will go up the Bansuke from M10. Onokatsu denied on day 13, but he has 2 more chances to get that one more win. Oshoma went to 7-6. I think we're going to see a lot of 7-7 versus 7-7 matches on day 15. It feels like that's coming. Nishiki Fuji got his Kachikoshi by beating Shirano Umi. 5-8 Kageyaki now against 5-8 Takata. Well, he was 4-8. Now he's 5-8. Meisei beat Mitakeumi, who's just totally out of sorts here with a 2-11 record. It's going to go way down the Bansuke and could get demoted to Juryo if he has a bad March as well. Shonano Umi improved to 7-6 by beating Endo. Hakuoho got his Kachikoshi today, so congrats to him at M15. He'll go up the Bansuke. He still has a chance to get double-digit wins. Go to 10-5 if he wins Saturday and Sunday. He beat Hirada Umi. Oho got the win to maintain his three-loss record. He was the first of the leaders to fight today, and he beat Ura. So he's at 10-3. Ura has to win Saturday and Sunday to get his Kachikoshi. Tobizaru beat Atami Fuji to go to 6-7. Atami Fuji is obviously going to go way down. He's currently at 3-10. Then in a match between two guys on my team, I have both Takayasu on my team and Kirishima, where I can only get one win out of it. But my team did really well today. I'll show you when we get on the standings page. I got 5 out of 6 wins today, so that was fantastic. Kirishima got the win to maintain his three-loss record, his place on the leaderboard. To go to 10-3, Takayasu denied his Kachikoshi. Will try again tomorrow. Then Takanosho went to 6-7, beating Gonoyama, who's also now 6-7. So, still alive, but obviously Kirishima is going to take that Komusubi slot over Takanosho, even if he gets to 8-7. Wakatake Kage, the Komusubi, the first Komusubi to see action, beats Shodai to go to 7-6, so he needs one more. I don't, well, I was gonna say it looked like Abi was the shoe in to get the Sekewake slot, but then Abi lost today, so now both Komusubi are 7-6. It really will come down to who, obviously they both need to get their eighth win, and then who can get that ninth win might be the determining factor. Uh, if they both get it, I'm not sure how they decide who gets promoted. They could both get promoted, and we'd have 3 Sekewake. That's not unheard of. But we'll see what happens with these guys. Takeda Fuji beat Abi in this match to maintain his 3-loss record. So now Oho's maintaining. Kirishima's maintaining. Takeda Fuji's maintaining. Daisho for Sekewake to see action beats Chiyoshoma, who, started off so strong and now just 4 losses in a row. Such a disappointing finish for him after such a good start. So he's pretty much not even going to get a special prize anymore. But he could finish 10-5, which is a very good record. But they like 11 wins or more most of the time now to get a special prize. Daisho 9-4 at Sekewake going to maintain. He wants that 10th win so he can add it to 10 or 11 more in March and then really talk about an Ozeki chance. Ichi Yamamoto with a strong win over Wakamoto Haru, who just has looked out of sorts this whole basho. 4-9 record for him, and pretty much I think he's not going to, even a 6-9 is not going to keep him at Komusubi. I think he'll get demoted out into the rank and file. Ichi Yamamoto one more now for Kachikoshi. Then the final 2 matches of the day, big matches here. Onosato versus Hoshoru. Onosato in their head-to-head has only beaten Hoshoru uh, once on the dohyo, and he has 2 wins to his name, but one was a walkover. Let's see if I can find it. When he had to pull, remember when he had to pull out of the tournament late here in July on day 13, and he gave a free win to Onosato. So that's one of Onosato's wins. And then he lost to Onosato in September on the dohyo. But every other time he beat him here. Spoilers, he beat him today. He beat him here. No, that's Ono Show. Another time he fought him and he beat him. There on the last day of the March tournament. So he's mostly won against Onosato, and today was no different. Onosato uh, just didn't really have a good plan, and Hoshoru grabbed him around the neck. Kubi means neck in Japanese. Kubi nage, and threw him down to the clay. So he is now 10-3. So all of our 3-loss guys won today to maintain their 3 losses. So all eyes are on Kim Bozan. Can he win against the Ozeki? He's fought three Ozeki, beaten one, lost to one. This is his third and final Ozeki. Can he get the win? And he did. And the crowd was loving it. He went to 11-2 to stay one ahead of all those three lost guys. And if not, if he hadn't won in that final match today, then it would be a huge five-way tie for first place. But he didn't let that happen. He got the win over Kotozakura. For Kotozakura, that's a make koshi. So 5-8 record. Even if he wins Saturday and Sunday, he'll still be kadoban in March and have to get 8 wins to maintain his Ozeki status. And just so disappointing after this 14-1 U show in November to follow it up with a losing record in your next tournament. Um, it happens more than you would think. Somebody on my Patreon, I mentioned it in a video yesterday, and somebody on Patreon looked it up, and it's happened like 24 times in modern sumo where the champion has followed up a championship basho with a losing record in the next tournament, which is uh, disappointing for sure. Okay, so Kimbozan doing what he needs to do. He's fought all three Ozeki. He's not going to fight either of them. And during the broadcast, I was making the videos, they didn't know who the fighters were going to be because they do this thing now in the last couple days. They don't show you the matchups for day 14 and day 15 until after 6 p.m. When the broadcast finishes. But now we can obviously see it. It's 10:30 at night now. So let's look at the leaderboard before we go to tomorrow, though. So tournament leaders, Kim Bozon all alone. And there are four guys, one Ozeki and three Maegashira ranked guys. So all very capable, all could win the U show. Still very much in the hunt. And I think Kim Bozon will fight Oho and Kirishima on Saturday and Sunday on days 14 and 15. He hasn't fought either of them yet. So those are anticipated matchups. And we'll see who the other guys have. We know that Hoshoru has who does he have tomorrow? I think I knew. I'm forgetting. I think he has Takeda Fuji, maybe. I can't remember. We'll see it in a minute. Ryuden, Shishi, tied, already fought each other. So now they just have to keep winning. And like I said, then there'll be a playoff. But we've got this group of guys just one off the pace. Aonishiki, Kotoeho, Nabatame, hoping that these guys will lose one each. And we can have a big, a big party on day 15. So yeah, that's a really fun U show hunt down there in the second tier division. Okay, there is the man who won the third tier, and he is the brother of Oho. So Oho is born in 2000, so I think he's the younger brother. Yeah, he was born in 2001. So they are both have the last name Naya, and he is an up and comer. So look for him. He won't jump all the way up to Juryo, I don't think, from number 44 in the third tier, but he'll be very close to the top. And I think one more good tournament in March, and he'll jump into Juryo in May. So, and I think this guy is also their brother, but he's older than the two of them. So if somebody knows in the comments if that's true, I think it is. But Oho, obviously the most successful of the three of them so far. Okay, so that's our tournament leaders. And there's the other winners of each division. They've already been determined. Dai Daimasakari. I feel like that's a bad way to say it. 7-0 undefeated. 7-0 undefeated in Jonidan for Yago. And 7-0 undefeated in Jonokuchi for Daikisho. So there you go. All right. But still very active U-Show contenders in the top two divisions. Okay. Dun, dun. Day 14, Saturday. Of course, I'll be on the couch watching both Juryo and the top division, bringing you all the big matches over on the Patreon channel. So let's start down in Juryo. What am I going to be putting up? We're going to have Ao Nishiki taking on Shirokuma, and right after that, Kotoeho versus Shishi, and then right after that, Nabatame versus Ryuden. So these two matches. Oh, I'm about to sneeze. Sorry, guys. These two matches are the big two, right? So you got the 11 and 2 guys and the 10 and 3 guys. There's one other 10 and 3 guy, Ao Nishiki, out here. So hopefully, I don't know if I'll put them all in one video, but I'll definitely be uh, featuring all three of these matches on the channel tomorrow, and that will give us a very good picture of the U-Show hunt for day 15. They grouped them all together there in a nice little bundle in a row. And then we have some other matches, guys at 7 and 6 going for their Kachikoshi. Here's a 7 and 6 versus 7 and 6. And these guys, one of these guys is going to get a losing record, and one of these guys is going to go to 7 and 7. So we often have that happening on day 14. But a good little bundle there in the middle of Juryo. So I will look forward to watching those and bringing them to you. Then in the top division, uh, 8 and 5 versus 8 and 5. Onokatsu going for Kachikoshi. Oshoma going for Kachikoshi. Not much in the first half that's really important, to be honest. Hakuoho fighting Endo. Endo needs this win to go to 7 and 7, but Hakuoho is going to be a tough opponent there. There's a 7 and 6 versus 7 and 6 battle. One of these guys, same thing. One of them will end up with a losing record. One of them will extend his chance for a Kachikoshi to day 15. Another 6 and 7 versus 6 and 7. Woo, 2 and 11 versus 3 and 10. Then we get up into the big matches here. So, Oho, 10 and 3 versus Takanosho. So, he's fought everybody difficult in the first week, Oho. So now, he's got a Maegashira 1 here. Kirishima has Kimbozan really for such a huge match. It's way before the end of the day, but it's just because of their ranks and stuff like that. So 11 and 2 Kimbozan taking on the former Ozeki at 10 and 3. If he wins this, ooh, he is going to have a really good chance at winning the U-Show on day 15. But he doesn't eliminate anybody mathematically unless all the three lost guys lose. Then I think maybe he would. But we'll talk about that tomorrow. I'm assuming one of the three lost guys, at least one of the four of them, will win. But he's got to get by Kirishima here on day 14, so that's a good matchup. Takayasu versus Abi, both men need that Kachikoshi 8th win. Wakataka Kageura, always entertaining. Wakamoto Haru versus Chiyoshoma, a match not many people care about anymore. Daisho going for that 10th win against Hirada Umi. Then an Ozeki clash, the lesser Ozeki clash, I guess. Onosato versus Kotozakura. And the final match of the day is a corker. It's Hoshoru versus Takerufuji, both men 10 and 3. So one of them is going to, fall out of the hunt, and the other one will go to 11 and 3 and stay in contention. So Kimbozan, I just said, unless all the 10 and 3 guys lose, but that can't happen because one of these guys is going to win. So one of these guys is going to maintain 3 losses, and so he can't mathematically eliminate them. Uh, Sunday. It's going to come down to Sunday. Uh, so yeah, I don't know what their head-to-head is. It's not extensive to Kerafuji Hoshoru, but that is a great match. And the thing is Hoshoru could still win the U-Show, and that might be the silver lining for him in what's turned out to be a disappointing tournament, I'm sure, overall for him, is that he could still win the U-Show. And while that's not promotion to Yokozuna, which is what I think he was hoping for, it still is his first U-Show as an Ozeki, and it's a win. And if he wins again in March, then he'll become Yokozuna outright. Nobody can quibble or say, oh, he needs this record or that record. He just has to win again in March, right? And I know that's easier said than done, but he knows there's going to be no Teruno Fuji, and I think he would fiercely train and get ready for it if he can win here in January. And it's just unfortunate that he lost to, somebody like Atami Fuji and Shodai. Umi. All of these guys are rank and filers. He didn't lose to Komusubis or Sekewake or, an Ozeki. He lost to these kind of guys. So, uh, you know, it's and he beat the guy, he beat the guy in the lead. But I don't think a 12-3 record is going to be enough for promotion to Yokozuna because of these kind of, bad losses. And if he finishes strong, he beats Takeda Fuji, and then he'll probably have Kotozakura on the final day, which is not a huge opponent considering Kotozakura's present condition, but it would still be 6 wins in a row, solid wins at the end of the tournament. There's still a chance. But I think just him winning the U show could be, as I said, his silver lining for this tournament. Okay, over on the standings page, I am doing pretty good. I'm pretty happy. My team is at 52 points now. Only 39 of you are ahead of me. I'm tied in the sixth place group. Fred Pink is in my group, I think. Isn't he down here somewhere, Fred? There he is. So Fred's in there with me. We all have 52. Who does Fred have on his team that's different from mine? He has Gonoyama. He has Chiyoshima. We both have Takeda. Oh, and he has Kimbozan. That's helping him out a lot. Um, and then up here at the top, Rick just continuing to dominate. So two wins ahead of the second place person, Inspiration Lady, and GBCA, is that Great Britain, California? I don't know. Uh, there we go. So she is at 56, and then an eight-way tie for third place with 55. So both of these top people have some of the same guys, and then the difference is Oho versus Kirishima, Daisho versus Wakatake Kage, which is what's giving Rick his 2 point advantage at the moment. So looking very strong going into the final weekend. But good luck to everybody that's still in the hunt. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with my top 50 performance at the moment, if you want to call it that. And hopefully my guys will keep winning. Uh, and I'll finish maybe in the top three. You never know. Okay, anything else? I think that's about it. Gone over who they're going to fight tomorrow. Yeah. Okay, guys. So thank you so much. It's Friday night. I'm not going out and partying down. I'm just watching sumo and bringing it to you guys. But I am tired. It's been a long week, so I'm going to go crash out. But I get to sleep in tomorrow, which is really nice. And if you're a Patreon person, I'm going to put first half highlights up early tomorrow morning. And yeah, thanks for everybody that's gone by and taken advantage of that 15% off offer over on Patreon to sign up and join us over there for match coverage and the people that have been tuning in here. Now, tomorrow night, Saturday night, and I'll tweet this out and message it on YouTube. But tomorrow night, I'm going to stay up late to 11:30, and on the 25th, Saturday, day 14, my time, Japan time, 11:30 p.m. I will do a live Sumo Summary Show again, like I did a week ago, and we'll talk about day 14, what to expect on day 15. You can chat at me in the comment, in the live chat, and so we're going to have that kind of fun tomorrow night. So please come by if you can, if it's good timing where you are in the world, and say hello. I love hearing where everybody's at and who you think's going to win, and we have a lot of fun on those. So if you can make it, that'd be awesome. Okay, see you tomorrow. Peace.